And right now, this moment is the time that we can choose to put our best foot forward, be our best selves, and not get stuck.
Hi there, I'm Sarah Kornblit, founder of Thriving Working Mom. I'm a social worker and mother of 4 little ones. My goal is to be able to teach and inspire working moms to recognize that even with the stress or chaos or busyness going on, they can still find joy, peace, and fulfillment.
Do you know what one of the biggest barriers and challenges that we face as working moms, as humans, honestly? One of those biggest barriers is our past mistakes and our regrets over what we did or did not do in the past. So why is this a barrier? Barrier, you would think, is something for moving forward. The way we think about our past, we hold on to it in a way that it now is a barrier in our path of growth and forward movement. So let's talk about this for a minute, because it's actually very natural. Part of the way we aim for success, we strive to be our best selves, is through recognizing when we mess up, right? If there was no feedback, we didn't have the ability to assess or analyze what happened and then figure out how can I be my best self moving forward, then we wouldn't be dynamic, growing individuals. So it's coming from a good place, this focus on maybe what went wrong, because the goal is that then we figure out how to be our best selves. The problem is that many of us get stuck in just thinking about what we did in the past and then kind of cycling through that and just ruminating without using it as constructive feedback towards being our best selves in the future. It's really challenging because guess what? Part of the nature of being a mom and then being a working mom and juggling a profession and all those responsibilities along with all the huge responsibilities of motherhood, all the balls are not going to be in the air at the same time. There are going to be times where balls drop. There are going to be times where you're not your best self, or you yell at your kids, or are less attentive to their needs, or don't notice that they're super upset until they have some kind of breakdown. Whatever it is, par for the course is with the working mom life is that things fall through the cracks and we're going to mess up. The question is, what do we do with that? How do we make sure that we are looking forward, looking ahead, growing, and not staying stuck in the past, stuck in the mistakes, stuck in everything that did fall through the cracks? I know for myself, looking back at, the past 10 years of balancing motherhood and my profession, there are so many things that I could have handled better. There are so many times that maybe I could have been more attentive or spent more time with my kids. But really what sticks out in my mind the most is, and this is not necessarily, only true for working moms. This is a general thing, I guess, what I went through. I remember a time that I was experiencing major depression. And that meant that I did not want to get out of bed every day. And when I dragged myself out of bed and went to work, when I got home, I wanted to just crawl right back into bed and not do anything. And I was loving to my kids, but I really did not have the energy to be with them or, to go above and beyond with them. Was that bad for them? Yeah, it was. I can't even excuse it. It's not like when we look at our past regrets, we don't even have to judge it. We don't have to say it was it was a bad thing, like, oh, how could I do that? But we don't even have to say it's a good thing. It's fine that I did that. We don't have to make excuses as much as just recognize it for what it was. So I can recognize it for what it was, which was a time where my kids did not get their best mom for many, many months. My kids had a shadow of a mother. But what do I do with that? Am I going to sit here and think about each of my kids' ages and each of their developmental stages, and then how has it negatively impacted each of them? I could, and I could ruminate on it. But instead, I choose to look at the different things in my past, look at the ways I could have been a better mother, notice them, say, okay, have compassion for myself, for my past self, and recognize that I am on a path forward. And the past, while it could feel so real and vivid when we bring it to mind, right? Like even when I was telling you that thing, like such clear images came to my mind of me in that bed and my kids not getting my best self. But it's not the current reality. It is something that happened, and the only moment that is real and exists is right now. And right now, this moment is the time that we can choose to put our best foot forward, be our best selves, and not get stuck. Take a minute right now and think, are there pieces of your story as a mom, as a working mom, that you look back at and don't feel good about? Or a time that you were really stressed out and ended up yelling at your kids a lot, whatever it is. You can think back and recognize that that was the past. Don't have to judge it. Don't have to say it's bad. Don't have to say it's good. Just it happened. Be compassionate to yourself. And also give yourself permission to not let it hold you down, or not let the guilt about it drive you to try to overcompensate or whatever, okay? You have a fresh chance right now. I give you permission, whatever has happened, even if it was yesterday. The past doesn't have to be years ago. Even if your past was yesterday, I give you permission. And you can give yourself permission to let it go and start fresh, and let today be your first day of being the mom you want to be, balancing the way you want to. It's not going to be perfect. Of course not. Life isn't perfect. Our struggles will persist, but we can learn how to navigate them better than we did. So just wrapping up, ending now. I really, really hope that you can take this message and think about something that it applies to in your life, and figure out, can you give yourself permission, or do you feel like you're still paying penance of some sort, that like you deserve to stew on it because like you're punishing yourself? Think about it, because without thinking about it, whatever your pattern, unconscious pattern, is just going to continue. Think about it, but just try to get into that new mindset that whatever happened, even whatever happens today, tomorrow is a new day, and I'm going to be my best self, the best mom, the best employee, or the best business owner, the best professional, if I live in the way that I am looking forward, not being stuck in the past. I'm glad you took the time to listen or watch, and I cannot wait to see you next week. All right, take care.